Okay, and we are live. Let's give a few moments for people to join. I am so excited about this one, y'all. Y'all have no idea. And the reason why I'm so excited is because I have one of my favorite girls on here, and she's talking about a topic that is actually something that all teens deal with. Randall's talking about peer pressure. Whoop whoop whoop. Okay, let me share from my business page to my personal page, because I don't know, for some reason I guess I have people that follow my personal page but also have my business page. Hey, thank y'all for joining. I truly appreciate you coming on to this Teen Talk Tuesday. It's going to be phenomenal. Today we are talking about peer pressure. And we are talking about peer pressure with one of my favorite people, Miss Casey Randalls. So I'm so excited about it. So excited about it. Thank you all for joining. Before we even go into our conversation, I want you to share with someone this so they can come on and join us as well. This is going to change some teens' lives. We are talking about peer pressure, you all, and you're going to hear it from a teen's perspective, not from an adult's perspective. So that's the reason why I really like this, okay? All right, so as you guys are sharing, I see people coming on. Say hi, Casey. That's from Miss Cole. Ariana. There are some names on here. I have no idea how to pronounce them, so I'm so sorry. But hello. Oh my gosh, I'm a big fan of Casey. We love you, Casey, is what they're saying. Oh, girl, you got fans. All right. So before I get started, let me get my son in order because we're not going to have this the whole live. Excuse me, sir. I need you to find a spot. I need you to park yourself. I gave you your tablet. You did not want it. Do you want it? Okay. I need you to be very quiet, okay? Thank you. Ooh, look at Miss Casey. That's what they saying. Simply J. All right. Okay, guys. Now I got Creed in order. Let's get started. Hey. Thank you all for joining. All right. Look, don't be talking about me and my parents. And y'all know I'm a single mom. You're going to hear it in the background. It is what it is. All right. So today we have Casey Randall. Casey, tell us what grade you are in and what school you go to before we even dive into the conversation about peer pressure.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Casey Randalls. I am in the 10th grade and I attend Woodrow Wilson Early College High School.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And
Pause for a minute. Okay, so you said that you attend Woodrow Wilson Early College. Yay! First of all. Second of all, not everyone on here knows what that school is. So could you please explain what Wilson Early College is all about?
Early College is a program where you can attend high school and college at the same time. And by the time you graduate high school, you'll have your high school diploma and your associate's degree.
Yay! That is so awesome, so phenomenal. I'm so excited that you're in that program. People are saying, "Hey, Creed, y'all better ignore that messing that." I'm not going to engage him into this conversation. Yay! So congratulations on that, Casey. I'm so excited. Now it's time to dive into. Yeah, that's for smart girls. You right about it. That's for smart girls. Now we're going to dive into the conversation about peer pressure. So, from a teen's perspective, 10th grader, you guys, okay, Casey, tell us, what does peer pressure mean to you?
Well, to me, peer pressure is something that's tempting you to do things that you probably wouldn't do. It can be smoking or drinking or wearing what other people wear or doing what other people do, because you can see multiple people wearing this, and you feel like you have to get that too to be a part of something or to feel a certain kind of way. And there's just a lot of things that can go into being pressured, and we can see it every day.
Mm. So peer pressure, you guys, is basically influence, is what she's saying. So things that you typically would not do, you can become pressured into doing them. That's what we're talking about today. So, what are some peer pressures of being a teen girl?
Well, there is many. It can be having sexual intercourse. It can be um going to this party and doing this certain thing, or it can be getting this or that. Just you can it it's how you say it. Peer pressure for a lot of teen girls is just doing things or getting things that you wouldn't normally get, but you feel like you have to because you it'll make you popular or something.
Mm,
Because I know um there's a lot of things where, like, if you don't go to this party or if you don't wear this or if you don't do this or if you don't say something, you're lame or it's
mm-hmm.
just boring. It's just a lot of stereotypes that you have to do or have to be somebody that
Yeah,
you don't
that
have
you're
to be.
not. Right? Yeah. I think that that's really great, Casey. And, for all of you listening in and watching in, like she was saying, it can be something as simple as trying to dress like a specific person or, feeling tempted to go to a specific party simply because that's what everyone's talking about doing at the time, even though that's not something you would typically do. And I think that those are really, 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 really big things. And, like even hearing teens talk about, like she was saying in the beginning, smoking, you typically wouldn't smoke, but because they're smoking, you think that you're supposed to, or, just being involved in things that make more of a negative impact versus a positive one. Right, Casey?
Right.
So, what do you think causes this peer pressure? Like, why is there so much going on now? What do you think causes it?
Honestly, I feel like not knowing yourself, not knowing your morals or not knowing what you would do or what you wouldn't do. Just like how last week Jaylee was talking about not knowing your identity,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just you don't know what you will see yourself doing. So it's like, I don't know what I want to do, so I'm gonna just do what this person is doing anyway, because I don't know. I'm lost. I
Yeah.
can't find myself. I don't have myself together. So
Yeah.
I really don't know what I want to do. So I'm just gonna
Do
follow this
anything.
person. Yeah, just do anything.
Yeah, I think that that's really great. And I love that you brought up the point of what Jay Lee spoke on the previous week, because we're continuously talking about more and more and more. And like she said, when you don't know yourself, which if you didn't watch last week's, you can always go and watch the replays on both YouTube and my business page, Candidly Coach K on Facebook. But when you don't know yourself, you'll try to become something else. You don't know who you are, so therefore it's more easier for you to fall into these different things. And like Casey was saying, one of the reasons why, or what causes peer pressure, is simply not knowing you. And
And you're
it
trying to find yourself
yeah
through someone else or
yeah
someone else's actions.
Yeah, I think that that's really, really, really great. Because trying to find yourself in somebody else is not what's going to get you to where you need to be. Right? You need to first know who you are so you don't fall for anything. Let's look at some of these comments because we got plenty coming in. Okay, that's good. Not knowing yourself could definitely make you succumb to peer pressure. Absolutely. Thank you, Marissa. Nothing but truth is what Jaylee says. Absolutely. My beautiful granddaughter. Oh, hey, Grandma. She's talking about Casey, y'all, not me. Thumbs up, Casey. That's from Corey. Way to go, Casey. A lot of people are agreeing with you. So that's really, really, really good. All right. So now going into thinking, we've talked about like the different causes of peer pressure, and we've even talked about what some peer pressures are for teen girls. I want to kind of break down the 6 types of peer pressure. If you don't get away from my production. Single mom life, y'all. Sorry for that. Back to what I was saying. I wanted to break down the 6 types of peer pressure, so you all know that there's not just one type, there's multiple types of peer pressure, and it can come in so many different forms, and this is what teens are dealing with on a daily basis. Absolutely not, sir. You're getting louder than mommy, and that's not okay.
That's fine.
Thank you. So, here are the 6 types. Number 1. And look, Casey is writing notes, y'all, and I'm interviewing her. I love it. Okay. Number 1 type of peer pressure is spoken peer pressure. So you all know what that means. It's coming from your mouth, right? It's speaking it to the person. The second type of peer pressure is unspoken peer pressure. This deals with exposing another teen to specific actions. For example, like she was talking about, feeling pressure to go to a party with your friend, and then when you get there, you start seeing certain things that she do that you typically wouldn't do. That's unspoken peer pressure. She don't have to say it, but you're watching her actions, and it can actually put pressure on you to feel like you have to do the same thing. The third type is direct peer pressure. Now, let me explain this one, because this is a really big one, and we talked about this at last year's retreat with the teen girls. Direct peer pressure includes sexting. Yes, parents, this does happen, and it's really big within our adolescent community. Sexting means sex texting, if y'all didn't get the 2 words put together. Okay, so sexting, handing the friend a drink, handing the friend smoking, those different things, those are direct peer pressures. Being very clear with what it is that I'm wanting you to participate in. Then there's indirect peer pressure, which is asking to engage in something that's completely against your morals or values. Okay? Then the next one, the 5th type of peer pressure is negative peer pressure. Of course, that's asking, to continuously, I'm sorry, I messed up. Indirect peer pressure is where you overhear the conversation. Then negative, which is number 5, peer pressure, is asking to engage in things that go directly against what your morals and values are. And then the last type of peer pressure is positive peer pressure. And that's where there's a group of girls that want to get good grades, like Casey and them. And they encourage their friends and influence their friends to do good things, to participate in great acts in order to have a positive outcome. Okay? So the 6 types, once again, is spoken, unspoken, direct, indirect, negative, and positive. Those are the 6 types of peer pressure. Now, I do want to underscore, parents that are on here listening that have a teen girl, you still are the biggest influence on your teen. And you lead through your actions, not by what you say, but by what you do. They are paying attention to every single thing that you do. So if you really want your daughter to be influenced in a positive light, start with you. Okay? Now, let's go back to Casey. Here in those 6 types of peer pressure, I want you to reflect on a time that you actually experienced peer pressure. It can be one of those 6, and share with us what it was and how you overcame it.
Um, I think unspoken peer pressure. It was in about sixth grade. I was fresh out of elementary, and I had a big group of friends. And you know how they say, the older you get, the more friends you lose. And when we got to middle school, a couple of my friends, they started acting like really different, and they became popular. And I've never been the type to be like the popular kid, and I wanted to keep those certain friends. So I was doing things like getting in trouble that I usually didn't do. I've always been a good kid, but it was like I lost myself during that year trying to, you know, hold on to those friends. And I still lost them at the end of the day. But it's like I totally lost sight of what I wanted to do or who I wanted to become just to keep those friends. And I overcame that by just realizing that it's okay to lose friends. It's okay to be yourself, because I wasn't being myself at the time. I was trying to be someone else to be like them. And
Mm.
I realized that it's okay to be yourself and to have to do things that other people wouldn't want to do. And I just basically just took time out to, think about what I wanted to do or what I didn't want to do. And I just found myself. And now I have amazing friends, and I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world. And yeah, it's just all about finding yourself and your morals.
Yes, Casey. Yes. Okay, that was really good, you guys, because if you hear what she said in sixth grade, the reason why she experienced indirect peer pressure from a group of friends that she thought were her friends, right? And of course, they wind up dwindling themselves out. But it was because she didn't know who she was. She was trying to find herself, which goes back to her point in the beginning when she said, when you don't know who you are, it's so easy for you to succumb to peer pressure. So I absolutely love that, Casey, and hearing her talk about how she overcame, which was number one, going internally to get to know who she is, what she'll stand for, and what she won't stand for, who she is, what she likes, and what she doesn't like. And by finding that, she became more true to the person that God has created her to be, and then not allowing no one to compromise that. And like she said, now she has a great group of friends. And the truth is, when you are yourself, that's when you actually attract more like minded people. Because, just like they
Exactly.
say, what's the saying? Birds of a feather flock together. Just like them unpopular, those quote unquote popular kids that are doing negative things, you can also have a group of positive popular kids that are doing great things. You just have to be who you are, and you'll attract that to surround you as well. So yes, 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 Casey, I love it. They are saying truth on point. That's my girl. Awesome, Casey. Great message. I'm reading all the comments. Some really good stuff. I love it. I love it. So, Casey, now that you've experienced that, and that was in your sixth grade year, now you're going to 10th. If you had to give piece of advice to your younger self, to that sixth grade girl, if you had to give a piece of advice, if you had to, tell her something to make her overcome those things or not even actually experience those things, what advice would you give to her?
Just be yourself and do what you want, no matter how others will think of you or how they'll make other people feel. Because I think I look back at how when that was going on, and it's like crazy because now you can't pressure me into doing anything that I don't want to do. And I just thank God that He helped me find myself and have the mindset that nobody can pressure me into doing anything negative. And it's always okay to be pressured into doing positive things, because I've been pressured to do things that I didn't want to do, and it really turned out for the good. So I would just tell myself to, it doesn't matter what other people are doing or what other people are thinking of you. Just do what you want and do what you know you would do?
Yeah. Girl, you better speak. Got me want to run around the room. I love it when they speak in knowledge, y'all. It's some really good stuff. Really good stuff. Let me see what they're saying. They say, well spoken. I know that's right. Yes, Casey Dawn. Speak it. They call him by the first and the middle name, girl. That's from Katina Adams Armstrong. You're right. You're on the right track, Casey. I'm proud of you. Finding yourself is key, and your friendship circle can make or break the vital step in discovering who you are. People will identify you by those that you surround yourself with. That's from Marissa. You are absolutely right, girl. Look, other people are saying she's always been a good role model. Let me tell you, you were so true about it, because when I would go and speak at Lincoln, there were a handful of girls. I'm like, are y'all gonna be the next president? I mean, what are y'all trying to do? Because when I say they had the questions and they wanted to know answers and they wanted to know facts and they wanted to make sure that they were following through, highly, highly, highly successful. One of those girls was Miss Casey Randalls. She was one of those girls. Absolutely. The sky is the limit for my princess. That's from Tony Adams. Yes, yes, yes. And by the way, let me let you guys know this. I'm going to have Casey give her quote. That's going to be the last thing. She's going to ask me a question and then she's going to give her quote. But prior to that, if you have any questions for Casey, please put them in the chat so I can read them aloud to her. I love the comments, you guys. This is so great. But if you have any questions, make sure you put them in here and I'll read them to her. Okay? Casey, what do you want to do with your life? Like, what's your ultimate goal? I would love to hear that, because you're so well spoken.
I want to be a nurse, NICU nurse. I love children.
Yes,
I love them so much.
Oh, I love it. She's gonna be a NICU nurse. Let me tell y'all. Most of y'all that know my story know that my baby was a miracle baby, and I was rushed to the hospital because he was not responsive when I went to a doctor's visit. As y'all can see, he well responsive now. But anyway, the NICU nurses, I called them my angels, because they were so phenomenal. You knew that they had a heart, and it takes a specific person with a specific skill to do that work. And I love those women. I love those women. Y'all hear them. So I think that's a phenomenal job, phenomenal journey for you. And I know you'll do well. You'll do well in anything you do. Yes. Okay. Now, Casey, as I give the opportunity to all girls, I give the opportunity to you as well. Creed, what is the problem? Okay, but you put the pillows on the ground, so I don't understand. Excuse me, y'all. It's my moment. Casey, what question do you have for me?
What was your first time experiencing peer pressure, and how did you get over it?
My first time? Now you know I gotta think back. Child, I don't even know when my first time experiencing peer pressure, but I can say one of the memorable moments I have in reference to peer pressure. I was in middle school, and I was really good friends. Absolutely not, son. You are messing with production. Have a seat. Now, don't move. Thank you. Sit still. Don't move. Don't. No, you cannot. No, you've messed with lighting and everything. Sit. No, done. Sorry, y'all. You trying to knock down the light ring? Okay. So one of the most memorable moments for me with peer pressure was I was in middle school, and I was really good friends with a girl named Susan. Susan, if you're watching, you know the story, because I've had a conversation. I even apologize for it. And I used to be a fighter when I was in middle school because I had unresolved issues from home, right? And I would just fight. And I remember a group of guys that I were friends with, I thought I was friends with, they were encouraging me to pick a fight with my friend, Susan. And that's peer pressure. And they just continued. They were telling me what they would do, trying to pay me, just continued to encourage me to fight this girl who did me absolutely nothing. Okay? And by the way, we were friends. Like, we were cool. I didn't have no problem with her. And the little nut in me succumbed to peer pressure because I had no clue who I was. I was a tomboy. I was lost. I felt unloved. And I was looking for attention. And I picked a fight with her. And I felt horrible afterwards. Because I remember picking the fight, but then not really wanting to go through with it. And, you know, I remember her being mad at me, asking me why I did that. I ain't had no reason, just was dumb. And I went to her classroom right afterwards. I will never forget that. I went to her classroom and I asked to speak with her and outside, and I apologized to her for my actions because I knew I was wrong. I had no problem with this girl, and I really was just doing what some people pressured me into doing. And because, like Casey said, I was lost and didn't know who I was, I did it. So that's one of my most memorable moments of peer pressure. And definitely a low point. Thank God I overcame it. All right. Who said the sky is the limit? There are no limits for Casey. Go get it, sweetie. Yes! You better tell him, Belinda. Okay. Now, that was a great question, though, Casey. Thank you for asking that. Now, to wrap up, if you guys don't have any questions, we're going to wrap up with Casey telling us what's her quote or her scripture that she stands on when she's dealing with issues like peer pressure.
My favorite scripture to go to when I'm dealing with peer pressure is First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. And it says, the temptations in your life are no different from what others experience. And God is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way out so that you can endure.
You better come on and give us some scripture and some word. Did y'all hear that? Tell them again, Casey, just one more time for the people in the back. What's your scripture again?
First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, and it says, the temptations in your life are no different from what others experience, and God is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way out so that you can endure.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys, I hope you were taking notes. This girl here is phenomenal. Girl, they are putting up hearts and fire emojis up in here, hands raised. Yes, because she truly gave us a great word. I am so appreciative of this young lady. She is completely phenomenal. Completely phenomenal. Yeah, who said the sky's the limit? There are no limits. You are absolutely correct. I completely agree with that. Casey has given us some great points. One of the biggest things, they say, who are your parents? That's from your mom and your dad. Go and give them a shout out, Casey, so they know you recognize who they are.
Parents are Kiva and Carrie Randall.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it when parents join in. Yes, go ahead, Casey. Go ahead, Casey. Our Sabbath Rest non-denominational ministry. Sir, move your hand. Thank you. Strong support system. Yes, yes, yes. And you know, if you pay attention to these girls that have been interviewed, and when they talk about things that they've overcome, you will notice the amazing support they have rallied around them. Their parents being very active, their grandparents, their aunts and their uncles, people surrounding them, because it takes a village, you all. And we have to make sure that we maintain the village for our younger people. They are our future. Without us, they fail. You know, we have to be able to share wisdom with them, you know, and make sure that we're constantly pouring positivity into them and letting them know that they truly can do anything and that they have our support. Because girls like Casey, when they have the support, they may fall, but they'll get right back up and learn quickly from that. So that's really, really, really good. All right, let me make sure. Who your favorite cousin, though? Y'all better quit. That's from Damien. I love you so much. You are my best friend. That's from Jack Chapman. This is so powerful. That's from Jay Lee. Move your hand. See y'all. This is why I told him he could not. Jesus. 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 Oh. Jesus. Oh. Oh. Wait till it's over. Woo. Don't touch it again. Thank you, Casey.
You're
Forgive me for the
welcome.
technical difficulties. Dagnammit, didn't I tell you not to touch it again? Try not to laugh. Farrah said you're her favorite cousin, just so you know. Hey, Farrah!
Stop arguing.
He think it's funny, y'all. He just don't know what he gonna experience. The wrath of Gru. If anybody out there watches, you know what that's from? Despicable Me.
Yes.
You're gonna experience the wrath of Gru, Lord Jesus. Stop it. This is before the studio and stuff. Anyway, thank y'all for joining. Hope you enjoyed the comedy. Your son is a comedian. No, he more than a comedian. Deal with that comedian when it's over. He's sitting there looking like this. You're a mess. That's what he a mess. Thank you all. I truly appreciate your support. I truly appreciate you watching, tuning in to Teen Talk Tuesday. Remember that we are here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and there's a different topic. There's no topic that we do not put on the table. And there's a different girl every week coming to share from a teen's perspective. So please make sure that you share. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do that, Candidly Coach K. And just stay tuned because there's so much more in store. I love to be able to give a platform to these teen girls. And Casey has done a phenomenal job. And we are so grateful that she's joined. I'm trying to read these comments. They're talking about this was entertaining. Why was it entertaining? Because my son back here flicking off the lights on and off, making them. You hear him out in the background jumping and stuff. No, just kidding. He's a mess. But thank you. They talking about tell your son to say bye. Child, I told him to say bye before it started. Anyway, thank you all. Creed, come tell the people bye. Come here, Creed. Creedy, come here. Come say bye. I'm coming.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Say thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Ah, wait, it's shaking, Mom.
I know it's shaking. Thank you all. Thank you, Casey. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Gosh.
You want me, Mom?
I do love you.
I don't want arms.
No, you